And Kelly's in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to this impromptu live stream. I know it is awesomely crazy out there right now, and by awesomely, I mean hugely crazy, with people staying home from work and school and all that kind of thing. But I thought I would make the most of it. I'm actually here at my office today, along with some of my compadres. Thomas is in the back, manning Wirecast as he does for me, which is so awesome, much appreciated. And Danny's here, actually running our second camera. Can we get a second camera shot here for the what? Yeah. Okay. So that said, we are going to do something today that I'm super excited about. I've been waiting for a long time, as have a lot of folks. And I know some of the folks in the chat actually have been waiting for a while, and some have actually received it. But I got my Skydio 2. It just came in. I am super excited to open it up. I was going to just go home and open it, or open it here at the office today, but I thought, why not just live stream it and see what happens and kind of share what's in it. I have had a chance to play with the Skydio 2 a little bit with Sean and Rick, Sean and I think it was actually Rick's Skydio, but Sean and Ed up in Colorado, but not very much. It wasn't a lot of hands-on time, so it was really just a chance for me to try it out for the first time. I have to say I was really impressed with the obstacle avoidance. I thought Sean was really trying to, hey, and a $5 super chat from Mr. Heron. Ken, by the way, for everyone who doesn't cover cardboard collisions. For everyone who doesn't know, Ken's doing a 24-hour live stream on Monday the 23rd. That's this coming Monday. I plan to be on it for 23 of the 24 seconds. No, for an hour. I'm going to be on for at least an hour. I do think that Ken, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put a wager out there with folks. I'll bet Ken falls asleep at some point during the thing. So if you guys want to make some bets, some little side bets there as to whether Ken falls asleep, I'll bet the $5 he just super chatted me. Thank you, by the way, Ken. Much appreciated. I'm looking forward to your 24 hours of madness. You inspired me to do this today, by the way. So we're here in Austin. We actually had at this very desk this morning a fairly famous actor from he was in what was the name? Fear of the Walking Dead. He spoke via our studio. He live streamed back to Sky TV in London, which was really cool. So I figured everything was already set up. We'd go ahead and do it. I even have the teleprompter set up so I can see all the great comments. I want to say hey to Steve Carpenter. I saw Shane in there. I saw Mel. I saw Rick in there. Of course, Ken Heron. Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. But I will not chit-chat for too much longer. I will try to get down to business. Hey, what's up, Art? I will try to get down to business here and reach down for the prize. Ugh. And it's actually surprisingly heavy. And I have wait a minute, hand sanitizer. I think I got the wrong box. Kidding. You know how I know? It's got the big lipo thing on the side there, so you can tell that it's something deadly in this box. So I ordered this. I was in batch 2 for everyone who's paying attention, and I got the notification about a week ago. I guess it was late last week when the notification came that this was ready. I had just enough money left in my drone account to pay the difference, and it arrived, and now we're going to open it up. So let me see if I can get to it here. Going to go ahead and here you want. And by the way, I haven't seen Chris Hope in there. Chris, I forgot to bring your knife to open this. It is my drone opening knife, but I'm going to use this pair of scissors here. So, and by the way, guys, if you have questions about this thing as I open it, I'm really doing this because I think a lot of people are interested in it, and I just wanted to share the experience of opening it. So if you have questions about it as I go, let me know. I have had very little experience with it, but I am just excited to get my hands on it and try it. So it's got some sealed air. That's really important. And we have spare propellers. Let me just pull them out of the plastic so we get rid of the shine. I did order one set of spare props. I think it comes with a spare set as well, but I ordered a spare set. And I will say, this is a nice box that these spare props are in. These are actually pretty swanky. I'll set that aside. I'll get everything out of the box so I can sit back down. And we have the spare battery. I ordered a spare battery right there. We have the, oh, I ordered 2 spare batteries apparently. Right there, another one. I ordered the charging station. This is, I think this is, yeah, this is the dual charger for the 2 batteries, so you can charge 2 batteries. So I think I have a total of 3 batteries. I'm hoping I can charge 1 in the drone itself and then 2 out to the side. And then right here is the remote control, which if everyone's seen this, I do know one thing about it. It looks a lot like a Parrot remote control for the Anafi. And by the way, I actually went on their website, Skydio's, and it's made by Parrot. So this is a French remote control. It is currently, it was shipped here. It was supposed to be under quarantine, but it's here with us today. And then finally at the bottom, we have the box itself. Get this guy out of the way. And there we go. All right, so this is the size of the box. It's fairly hefty. So why don't we just do the accessories real quick first, and then we'll get to the box. Because if I do the box first, then the accessories aren't going to seem very exciting. I want to just check out the props. Brad, hey Brad, what's up? Thanks for joining today. And yes, please, if you do enjoy drone videos, I'd appreciate you hitting the thumbs up and also maybe subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. I've been looking at my stats lately, by the way, and it's kind of funny. I actually get way more views from non-subscribers than I do from subscribers. And I know that a lot of you guys watch the videos, but it's just kind of funny that my stat is way more non-subscribers. There's the props. They are, I really like the color scheme of the whole Skydio thing. They are bendable, the kind of bendable props, and it looks like maybe they require a screw to go on. They have a tiny little hole there. They definitely don't look like they have the kind of latches that a Mavic prop would have, to kind of push on, or a Phantom prop. But yeah, they're actually kind of small too. I thought they'd be a little bit bigger. Again, I've seen one, but I seem to remember them being a little bit bigger. So there are those. I do like the way they are packaged. Again, the packaging is all really nice. Let's take a look at the remote real quick, which, as I mentioned, if you recognize this from the Parrot Anafi, it's because it's basically the same remote control. I'm not hugely wild about this remote. I realize that's not the main thing about this drone. This drone is designed to be a bit more of a self-flying drone, or one that you can fly using the beacon. And by the way, I do not have a beacon. They were out when I ordered all this stuff, so I wasn't able to get the beacon. If anyone has a beacon and would like to lend it to me for a little while, or trade it to me for something, I actually would make you a really generous offer in terms of a different drone. Maybe trade it for a Mavic Air or a Mavic Mini. I have a couple of those, and those are way more expensive than the beacon, but the beacon's just hard to get a hold of. So if someone wanted to lend me a beacon, I would really appreciate it. Oh, hey Shane. Yeah, don't drive and look. You're not missing much with my face, so just drive safely. And but I'm glad you're listening. And actually, Shane, I always appreciate when you send me pictures of the Ready Set drone on your stereo. So now the first test you really come across here is getting the remote open. It is really sealed in there. I feel like I got the two. Oh, no, I didn't have that one all the way out, and I don't think I had this one all the way out. Okay, that's the problem. These scissors. These guys, Danny and Thomas and Noah, who share an office next to this room, have the best scissors. Their scissors are so good that they have their own space. Okay, you got to really cut that thing to get it open. So here's the remote, and again, made by Parrot. It's not a bad feeling remote. I'm just not wild about this as a method to hold your phone. I didn't ever feel like this was super secure way to hold your phone. But as far as and it's actually, oh, it's on. It comes on when you lift this up. So just like the Anafi remote, when you lift this up, you'll notice this little light that comes on. That's kind of a cool feature, I guess, unless you accidentally open this. But keep it closed from now. Has a micro USB port here in the back. Has the switches up and down for camera tilt, and what's the other one for? I don't think there's a zoom on this guy. Camera tilt. Take one. Does anybody know what the second switch is for besides camera tilt? Anyone in the chat? Let me know, Thomas, if you see somebody answering what the camera tilt is, what this second switch is for. I know one of them tilts the camera up and down, but I'm not sure what the other one is for. Again, not poorly made, but just not my favorite way of storing your phone on it. But I'm not complaining. I'm super excited to have it. I sound like I'm complaining, but I'm really not. So I'm going to close this. I just noticed something too, actually. As I opened it, this light came on, and I closed it, and I hadn't closed it all the way, and I was putting it back in the box, and the light was still on. So that actually is probably something, if you have this, to be aware of. If you're slightly open, you could accidentally leave this on and kill the battery. So just a little aside.
Rick Halber says power boost.
Power boost. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware it had that feature, so I'm excited to try that. Let's open up the batteries and the charger real quick and just check them out. And maybe I'll even get a couple of the batteries cooking so I can go fly later or fly tomorrow. We'll see how late it gets. It's super warm here, guys, right now. Our schools are shut down. A lot of offices are shut down. I appreciate these guys coming in here today. We work in a fairly expansive space with not too many people, so it isn't, you know, we can keep our social distancing here still and not have any problems. But we're also kind of doing fun stuff. Yesterday we raced RC cars, the Emax Interceptor, which is the FPV car, and actually I have a video almost ready to go on the Emax Interceptor. So if any of you guys have the Emax Interceptor, love to hear your thoughts on it. I will say I have broken one of them, and so they're not the most robust. You don't want to crash them or anything like that, but they are super fun. Thomas,
Josh Gidley says, I have only started flying drones for about 1 year now, and it's a lot of fun, but for my second drone, I'm not sure what would be the best one to get. I don't know if you
yeah, I can see it. Thank you. Josh, it kind of depends on what you want to get into. I mean, I don't know what's your first drone, Josh, you know, because you'd probably want to advance from where you are. If you want to get into flying FPV, I definitely would recommend the Easy Pilot. It's so much fun. All right, so this is the dual charger. But if you're going into camera drones, any of the Mavic line is going to be pretty good. And if you're wanting to save money, the Mavic Mini is a fantastic deal for what it is. So this right here, what does it say? Kelly is not allowed to carry sharp objects. Thanks, Mel. That's probably safe. This is the dual charger here. So it's got a spot here where it looks like the multi-pins will come in, and a spot here, and then you put your micro USB cable right in here, and it's going to charge it. I don't know how fast it charges it, and it doesn't come with, some drones actually come with a wall plug that give you like a 5 amp, charge in this. I'll be curious. That'll be one of the things I'm going to test. Actually, one of the things I'm really excited to test with this is the return to home feature. I haven't seen any videos about its return to home. And I had this idea, and if somebody out there wants to steal it, go ahead, but I'm going to do it too. I want to get like 5 or 6 people together and get a Phantom, all the Mavics, you know, 3 or 4 different styles of Mavics, this guy, maybe an Anafi, everything that has GPS and return to home, fly them all out in equal distance, you know, 500 feet away or so. To an equal height or slightly equal height, 200 or 300 feet up, and then hit return to home and have them all come back at the same time. I think that would be really cool. Might be chaos, but might be dangerous. But let's get one of these batteries out real quick and see what it looks like. The batteries are pretty heavy. I'm not sure. I think these are 4S batteries. I'm looking on the back to see if there are specs. I don't see them. Anybody know if these are, how many cells these batteries have in them and what the milliamp hours are? They usually say on them. Goodness. Mel, I do wish you were here to help me out a little bit. I'm getting razzing text messages on my watch. Never wear your text watch during the live stream because it's distracting. All right, there's the battery. And it is again, the text is too small for me to see it. It looks like it's a 3S, 11 something volt, 11.4 volts. Anyway, the coolest thing about these, of course, is the way they attach to the drone. And that is one thing that I was able to see when I used Sean's, which again I think is Rick's, drone. So let's get it out and see, so we can actually try it out. Anybody doing anything? Did anybody go anywhere? Anybody stuck somewhere? Or are people mostly at home? I know a lot of people who canceled spring break trips. We canceled ours. Oh, hey, Rick, I can borrow your beacon. That would be fantastic. I would use it for maybe 2 weeks and send it right back to you. I just really want to try it. I want to compare the beacon versus no beacon. So yes, Rick, let's chat after this. Skydio 2 battery. Oh, hey, Philip, what's up? 4,280 milliamp hours. So I mean, most Phantom batteries I think are around 5,000 milliamp hours. So for the size, that's not bad. I think the flight time on the thing is actually pretty impressive. But let me go ahead and, yes, Brad, I agree. That is very, very nice of Rick to offer. Here's a nice letter. We are incredibly excited to have you as a Skydio 2 customer. Skydio 2 represents 5+ years of work by our team to build a drone that has enough autonomy and intelligence to make flying drones more useful, more fun, and less stressful for everyone. We hope you'll agree as you get flying. So, safety guidelines. And then for everyone who doesn't know, there is an autograph of Adam Bry, the CEO of Skydio. Thank you, Adam. Very, very nice of you to leave this personally autographed note in your package. I will say the packaging is actually quite nice, but I don't know why people include these shoulder straps because nobody ever uses them. So I'm gonna take the shoulder strap and take it off here, and I'm going to, has a nice little luggage rack kind of thing here, or a tag that you can leave on it, kind of like the kids do with their hats these days, to show that it's a fancy hat. Oh, it has a little tie here that I need to snip to get it open. All right, now this should be unzippable. All right, big moment. This is Danny's big moment. Danny's doing my close-up camera, so let's see how he does with, oh, it's upside down. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe that was right side up. I don't know. Once again, there it is. That's the Skydio 2. Wow, it was upside down, but this is pretty awesome. As I said, I saw the one that Sean had. It was in pretty new condition. Oh, and I mentioned a moment ago about having a charging plug. So there is a charging plug here. And hey, good on Skydio for going to the future. They're using USB-C instead of USB-A on their charging plug. And I'm going to bet that this charging plug, I hear myself screaming over there. I'm going to bet that this is probably a 5 amp charging plug. I will say with some of the DJI products like the smart controller, if you use the charging plug that comes with the smart controller, it charges way, way faster than if you use a generic one. So I would guess this is probably the same, that it's going to be optimized for charging with this charging plug. 23 minutes on the flight time. Thank you, Philip. Appreciate that. And let's see what else. I'm still doing the thing that I was doing before this was staying home and going to the store. Well, good. Nice to have you here, David. Thank you for joining us today. So USB-C, it's got a USB-C cable. Comes with a nice little Skydio logo wiper here. So I guess if you're going to sneeze, you could sneeze into this maybe just one time and then throw it away. But it's too nice to do that, so I wouldn't sneeze into it. It has some little cards getting started with your Skydio. Very simple. I appreciate the ones that don't give you a lot of paper because you can always look stuff up online. And what did Brad say? I was something oriented correctly. Oh, it was oriented correctly. Okay. So that's, I guess it opens with the, oh, you're right, because the batteries go on the bottom. Thank you. Yeah, and again, the coolest thing, and I only know this because of my experience in Colorado, this is a magnet. I love that. I love that that thing just literally pops right on just like this. Hey, what's up, Nabby FPV? How you doing? Tim Jackson, hello. Yeah, I think that can be problematic, of course, if you crash and the thing pops off. But as far as not having to, so often getting the battery in and out of a drone can be a bit of a pain. So pop this guy on there. this is the battery that it came with. So I do have 3 batteries. It says remove and discard. We will pull that off. Where is Dana Williams when I need him? Oh, goodness. I need to start peeling all these little things off so I can bug Dana. So it doesn't come with too much. It comes with the USB-C cable, USB-C plug, the propellers, and let's see how many there are. There's 1, 2. Okay, so there's 2 spares, and there's already 4 on it. So it only comes with 2 spares. So I have 6 spares now, including these 2, which is good, because I tend to damage some props sometimes. And then comes with a barcode or a QR code here on the top, which I assume is the place to go to get the app. And then it comes with its Wi-Fi name and password. Oh, don't look at my Wi-Fi password, in case you're flying near me or something. It looks like these are the sensors here on the top. I know Ken's got kind of scuffed up when he was flying. There is a gimbal guard. I've yet to play with the gimbal guard or take it on or off. So I'll try to take it off here and see how that does. What? Hey, Philip! Look at Super Chat. Look, a Super Chat. Thank you, Philip. You're such a good example. I appreciate that, buddy. So how do we take the gimbal guard off? Anybody know how we... Oh, there we go. Okay, it's not too bad. So always been fascinated with this gimbal because it's split in half. It's got 2 parts, kind of a left and a right side, and it rotates this way and this way, and I believe you can get a fully straight up and a fully straight down view with this gimbal, which is really awesome. So sensors here and here. These must be part of the cameras that actually do the 360 sensing. And for everyone who tuned in who doesn't know about this drone and why it's such a big deal, it is designed to fly pretty well autonomously, meaning that it actually will avoid things very well unless you happen to be going really fast on a motorcycle and it runs into a power line, which I know someone out there did that. I would say a power line is small enough and that motorcycle was going fast enough that it just didn't have time to react. But as far as tree branches, buildings, stuff like that, it's definitely going to miss it. Just a heads up to watch Dustin Dunhill's setup video. Oh, thank you, Rick, actually. Yes, and you know what? I've been trying to get Dustin to come to Spin Up for a long time. Hey, Chris Hope, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I've been trying to get Dustin to come to Spin Up for a long time, and I'm glad you mentioned him because I haven't reached out in a while, but I will reach out to Dustin and watch his video. And again, he seems like a really nice guy. Haven't met him in person yet, but glad to know that's the one to watch. Yeah, let's see what else. So I'm going to actually pull one of the chargers out, or pull the charger out and plug a battery in and see what happens here. So let's get the dual charger, which is, this is the empty battery case. This is the dual charger. So we'll take the dual charger and, what? Another one?
Hey, look, another super chat.
Who is that? Is that 400 AGL? Is that Mel?
I can look for you.
Can you scroll back down?
I will tell you.
Okay.
400 AGL.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Much appreciated. Another super chat. So I'm just curious if there is anything else you have to do when you're charging besides just plugging this bad boy in. I don't think so. I think it's just as simple as plugging into this little device here. And I will say one thing that I really appreciate is the fact that they make this charger small,
Another super chat.
pretty streamlined. Hey, oh, Mappers 2, that's John. Thank you, John, for super chatting. Good to see you. Appreciate that. But you know what? Oh, here's the downside. This is an old school charger, so I'm not going to be able to plug into one of these USB ports, but that's where this will come in handy. So I'll plug that in. I'll plug in the USB-C. And again, I know some people don't have USB-C yet, but I will say it's so nice that we're going to it because it's so much better. All right, so I just plugged this in. It's charging now. As you can see, it just turned blue. Let's see if it turns blue again. Oh, it turned blue for a second. Okay, it blinks a couple times, then it stops. Interesting. I wonder if it is planning to charge or if it is charging and it just blinks to acknowledge it first and then stops. But again, because it's magnetic, it's so easy to pop on there. You don't have to worry about it. Kind of does it itself. So I'm going to take the other one that's not on the drone and charge it. It just pops right on. So I don't know. I know 23 minutes of flight time. I don't know what the charge time on these things is. I'll explore that fairly soon. Guys, I really appreciate you guys joining today. With the crazy world we're in these days, it is nice to be amongst friends online and off. So thank you guys for joining. All right, this right here is blinking as well. All right, now this one is constantly blinking. So I wonder if you have to plug it into one side first and it has to charge that side before the other. Or maybe this other battery is already charged. I don't know, but that's what it looks like when it's charging. I'm sure there's some software that has to be downloaded. Interestingly, there's not really any landing gear on this thing. It looks like it pretty much just sits on the battery when it lands.
Brad Alston.
Hey, thanks, Brad. Another one. You guys are awesome. And thank you for tuning in. This is yes, Rick. It is flashing blue right now on both of them. Actually, yes, I stand corrected. So the top one and the bottom one are flashing blue, so it's dual charging. So, yeah, that's pretty cool that it'll do both at the same time. Now, I suppose if you're going to charge the actual drone, and I will watch Dustin's video as well as read, you probably just plug in to this USB-C port right here on the top of this thing to charge it up. And then the remote control, I'm going to guess, is also going to charge via USB-C, because I remember that was the case with my Anafi, so it charged right here as well. Everything is USB-C in this package, which I appreciate, because it really is the future, and it might be a bit of a pain to deal with now for folks who don't have it, but believe me, once you try it, you will not want to go back to USB-A. All right, anything else you guys have on your mind? Any questions? I think that I was hoping that Bill with Metro Drone Works would be in today, because I sent him a package. He was our subscriber of the month. I do want to congratulate Bill with Metro Drone Works for being the subscriber of the month. I sent his package a couple of days ago. I sent it to him, to David Thompson, who won the Potenzic 830, as well as a third person who won a t-shirt, who went by the name Austin Powers. He's a Canadian guy. Cost me way more than the cost of the t-shirt to send it to Canada. But I've got somebody, Ninja Nape, I hope that's Nape, is asking, how old are you? That's an excellent question. I'll just leave it for you to guess. How old are you, Ninja Nape? So if everybody would please, question, are the props quick release? Excellent question. Let's see, I don't know. Rick, anyone? How do you get the props on and off? Great. I'm sorry I didn't think to try that. Props. I feel like this is one of the things I should have read or looked up before I tried to do it. Rick, how do you do the props? Any suggestions? Let's see. I don't know if they're quick release or not. I'm looking at them. I don't see anything obvious as to how you would take them off. Yeah, I really don't know.
Question from Tim Jackson. Are there any drones that you would sell, and for how much? And if you would you sign it?
So actually, I would be happy to sign something for you. It was Tim. But I generally don't sell any of my drones, because I usually use them for giveaways during First Friday and other contests and stuff, and a lot of them are given to me, so I don't feel like I should sell them. So not to be all high and mighty, but yes, but I would be happy to sign something for you, Tim. Hit me at kelly@readysetdrone.com, and we'll see. Maybe I can send you a t-shirt or a sticker or something like that. I was waiting for Rick to come back on, since he's the only one I know that's in the chat, or if Ken is still there, who's flown one of these, how the props come on and off. I really want to know, how does that work? And again, maybe Dustin Dunhill covers it in his video. I don't want to break anything here, but they don't seem to be just like easily popping on and off. That's for sure. I don't know. That's a really great question, how these come on. I will figure that out and get back to you guys. I hope you guys are safe out there. I hope you're brave out there. I hope you're spending time with your family and taking advantage of the opportunity to do some things that maybe you wanted to do that wasn't necessarily in your daily agenda before. You guys are awesome. If you want to know more about drones and you aren't already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in for this unboxing. I will get my act together and figure out how you do stuff and then put a video together about all of it. And if you have suggestions for me on what kind of videos you'd like to see in terms of how this thing behaves, I don't intend to do the following video like everybody else has done because there's a lot of those out there. I am planning to do a video that is a little bit more about flying it with the remote control and then maybe just some of the special features like return to home, camera comparison, stuff like that. But if you have other ideas, please send them my way. You guys are great. Really appreciate it. I'm going to sign off now. I want to give a big shout out to Danny and Thomas and Noah for helping me out today. Really means a lot. You guys stay safe, and I will see you on First Friday, if not sooner. I'll see you tonight at Ken's show, actually. Take care.